Alright, I think we're live. Hello, everybody. It's Girl Got Game. It's Girl Got Game.
And PCOUTCAST. Huh? Who?
Huh? Who?
What?
Who are you? Who are we?
Who am I?
Who are you, chat? How are you today? Alright, last time was a big mess.
Yeah, it took a bit of a turn.
Oh my goodness. If I had known. If I had known that that was not the end, I would have just ended like way earlier and we would have done that fight legit, but
Hello, Catherine.
now we're here. Hello, Catherine. How are you today?
Oh,
my
would you like me
goodness.
to read some reports?
Please do. And Food Daniel's here.
Food Daniel's internet
Yay!
is working.
Good to see you. Hope you're well.
Enemy armies in tatters fleeing south towards border. Movements chaotic, uncoordinated, suggest no contact with command. Skoyatel commandos also in retreat to east towards Jolblathana. All without Nilfgaardian support, elves slaughtered by Adernians whenever caught. Emperor preparing for peace summit. Reports indicate willingness to make far-reaching concessions. Last bastion of enemy resistance fortress in Aldersburg. Remaining troops guarding it, led by General Ardel Epdehi. So he managed to slip away in the basket of rotting banana peelings and stuff,
And now he's here.
and he refuses to capitulate.
Yeah. Hello, Professor Lucian. Good to see you today. And Phil. Thank you so much for liking and sharing. Greatly appreciated.
Good to see you guys.
I'm glad that you're doing well, Catherine. We are well. I've got a little bit of a stomach bug, maybe? I don't know. I'm just not 100% today. But otherwise, I'm not too bad. Alright, Captain Tobias.
Your Highness, we deeply regret to inform you that Captain Tobias, who provided us with invaluable information from Nilfgaardian occupied capital, was unmasked and beheaded.
Oh no, Tobias was our bro!
Yeah, after 3 days of intensive torture. While leaving the city, the invaders took with them his family, a wife and 2 children, 12 and 7 years of age. Their fates remain unknown.
Oh no, we gotta find them. We must
How come
rescue
they were
them.
only able to discover him, like, at the end?
Well, because...
He was reporting to us for like a year.
No, Food Daniel! Your internet! Come
No.
on! Stay
Internet,
with us!
Hold out.
Catherine, send your luck over to Food Daniel, quick.
Your Majesty, good tidings from the Western Front. The combined forces of Temeria, Kedwin, and Redania have soundly defeated the Nilfgaardians at Brenna. The Empire lost nearly 40,000 soldiers, and Marshal Cohorn has vanished without a trace. Army Group Center is in disarray, and King Foltest is forcing the enemy from Temerian lands. The Emperor has expressed readiness for truce negotiations. Victory is close at hand. So this must be... I thought this was the same war that's being fought in Witcher 3, but this must be the first war.
Right.
Yeah, they should have... They should have forced the deposition. Like they should have deposed the emperor.
Right.
Sent him into exile or something.
Oh, the mess hall. Interesting. What's neat? Oh, everybody wants to talk except for our son.
Professor's started learning how to code in Python. Maybe one day
Nice.
I will make my own VM. Would you play it?
Of course I would. Of course I would. My goodness, yes, absolutely. Oh, I wish I had more time to play all the VMs. I got such a giant list, but I would love to play
And
anything.
especially with like 300 being released every day on Steam.
I know. Okay, well, we'll leave our boy for last. Let's talk to the crazy lad.
Huh? What is it now?
Eh?
What will you do after the war?
The war nears its end.
Sadly,
Sadly, why?
I survived.
Yeah.
Again.
Why can't I just die?
Rebuild your land, Queen. Enjoy your life. Me and my men, we'll be moving on.
Back to Skellige.
Arnulf, in Lyria and Rivia, your past matters not. Nor does your shame. Stay.
What about after? What do I tell my ancestors when the time comes? I yearn to sit at their table, lass, and drink mead in their company, so go I must.
I understand.
Why don't you just head south and try and assassinate the Emperor?
So
bruh.
long, Arnulf.
Hey, bruh. Thanks for Daniel.
Ask Molly to voice act your game.
I'll be all the characters.
I'm pleased to see you again, Mom. You need something?
What will you do now, indeed?
Yeah, this is all the death signaling.
Don't say that.
So the war is
No.
over. You know, isn't it great? Like, what are you gonna do afterwards? That's always a bad sign.
Let's not talk about the death flags.
The war's near its end. The future, what does it hold for you, Isabel? Wise counsel will always find a place at my court.
A tempting offer, Mom. So be it. I shall stay. But I've one condition. You're never to force me to wear shoes.
Absolutely not. I totally understand.
These terms I can agree to.
Grand.
Duty calls. I must go.
Of
Oh, the
course.
professor needs
Should you
to
need
first
me,
see
I'll be here.
if he's able to live up to your standards
Oh.
before even asking you to voice act.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you very much. That's very sweet.
Hey ho, how's my favorite queen in the north?
I still don't like that you call me ho, but whatever, man. Well, yeah, what are you gonna do, man?
So, what awaits you now? What will you do?
Been contemplating it of late. Thought I might go back to the life of an outlaw. Not that I'd expect you to approve.
Well, I don't know. It suits you.
You're quite right, I wouldn't. It's why I wish to make certain you'll not feel tempted. Gascon, I hereby bestow upon you a number of estates near Scala.
Wow.
What? Meve. Damn it, I don't know what to say.
Damn it.
A first?
Finally made him speechless.
Just
Thank you, Meve.
Just give him the cult
thousand
from
thanks.
former estates.
Nice. Well, his son did end up keeping his word to us and sent men, so.
'Tis I who should thank you. With all my heart.
Aww. No kiss.
It's time I attended to other matters. Farewell.
You have nothing to say for yourself, boy?
Yes, Mother?
Really? Alright.
We shall speak later, my son.
Alright.
Still can't talk to Doggo.
Still can't talk to Doggo. What do you gotta say? Alright, we've been
You're
here for
14 minutes in.
I'm 14 minutes. 14 minutes of yakking. Alright. Well,
Do we need to do a... Oh, yeah.
let's scout.
Oh my goodness, really? There's still more loot? And there's a question mark. 2 question marks. 3 question marks. Oh
Oh,
boy.
1 question mark. 2 question mark.
Meve, slayer of the Blacklands! Long live the Queen!
Thank you, ma'am.
Just watch and wait. I wager you'll chase the Emperor himself off the throne. They say war's a man's affair, but you showed them, my lady. Just watch and wait. I wager
That's
you'll
right,
chase
Daniel.
the Emperor himself off the throne.
Daniel says, sad times we want to talk to Doggo.
We do want to talk to Doggo.
To all soldiers.
All
In service to the Nilfgaardian Empire are hereby ordered to promptly head to Aldersburg. The defense of this castle is vital for our planned counter-offensive. Failure to comply with this order will result in punishment of particular severity. Great. Dahi.
What a great title. Twilight of the Golden Sun.
Yeah, very nice.
Hey, what are you guys up to over here?
Tomorrow is World Vape Day.
The Lyrian army had grown into a great serpent. So much so that riding at the column's tail, Meve could not see its head. Footmen, cavalry, and archers stretched like a glistening snake between 2 horizons. Meve had come a long way indeed, and she felt proud, as did Willem riding at her side. At first, the troops had eyed the prince suspiciously, if not with hatred. But they'd watched him fight for weeks now, and saw him as one of their own.
Hooray.
Suddenly, Meve heard angry cries and the clash of steel against steel, all at the column's front.
Close ranks! To the left! Man's left! Support the flank!
Meve drew her sword, spurred her horse, and galloped forward along the line of troops. Then, through the swirling battle dust, she spotted shimmering golden suns.
Alright, getting into it already.
Already a fight. That's true. We all wish we could understand what doggos are saying.
Yeah.
Meve drew her sword, yet did not rush headlong into the heat of battle as she once would have. Old wounds and lasting traumas still nagged her, and besides, enough blood had already been spilt. The queen awaited a day when she could finally exchange her heavy armor for an elegant dress and her saddle for a throne.
Aw, sweet Meve.
Shortened battle?
Alright, just one round. I think I set my difficulty level back to normal.
Okay.
I think. But if I didn't, I apologize. We'll fix it afterwards if not. Alright.
So much for that being the final battle, eh?
I know, right?
Man, that fight was brutal.
That was brutal.
Yeah, GGG and I were discussing, like, this, it felt like that was supposed to be the end of the game, and then this is like DLC, but there is no DLC for this game.
Surround them!
So, I don't know, it's like, they're like, no, we don't want to finish making the game, it's so cool. Let's make more.
Let's make it.
Ah!
There we go. Is this going? There
152, 154.
Ow.
You skipped 153.
Blood washes away
Close
all
enough.
shame!
Scrubbing duty again? Oh, gods.
The train duty again?
Watch your heads!
There we go. Whoa!
What?
Where did everything go? Wait a minute.
What?
Why did they all disappear?
Okay.
This is fine.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's normal, right, guys?
Totally.
Where did they all go?
New orders? No?
That's really weird. What the?
I don't understand.
So you killed the one guy, and all but one disappeared.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, Professor. It was the big final battle to retake the Lyrian castle, and the fight
Must be an
that
important
third
lesson in this.
battle was
But what?
unwinnable.
It was
It was unwinnable with this deck.
Yeah. And I thought, well, that must be the end of the game, so I just skipped it. I put it to easy difficulty so I could skip it and we could just see what ended with the story. But then, plot twist, there was actually another map that we had to do.
Yeah, not only was that not the last battle, but there's an entire new map. I'm like, what?
And Raynor died. If you didn't see that.
Raynor died. Spoilers. I'm supposed to skip through it a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll do this.
Yeah, we basically had the option to sacrifice either Raynor or Gascon. And since we're trying to touch a butt, we sacrificed Raynor.
Trying our best.
Hey?
I still don't know why all the cards disappeared.
Yeah.
Oh, that's their deserters. Once an ally is destroyed, they flee.
Oh, nice.
Crazy.
But yeah, Professor did see the Raynor trade. Sad times.
Sad time.
Quick and painful this'll be.
Quick and painful. Would you like your death to be slow and painful? or just painful?
Exactly.
Ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth?
Ah!
Every time that card says that, I think he's saying, ever had a storm knock out one of your teeth? I'm like,
Yeah. What is he saying?
ever had a stone knock out one of your teeth? Because he's a slinger.
That makes so much more sense.
I know, eh?
Thank
Doesn't
you.
it though?
It does. It really does.
Well, what do you got? One more card, bro.
That bit the white of an eye from half a league away.
I got 143. Okay, so you did see the Ranger part.
Off to the front yet
Catherine
again.
is back with food.
Grand. I hope you brought enough to share with the class.
Have mercy.
Have mercy.
Normally disciplined, determined to an extreme, these Nilfgaardians quickly broke rank and ran.
Yeah.
Deserters.
They really did.
Leaderless, your grace.
A scout reported.
Headed south they was, towards the frontier.
Chained prisoners now sat along the dusty road. Meve stopped in front of one. He was ragged and unshaven. Flies had taken an interest in his poorly bandaged hand. Spotting the Queen, he lowered his head and quivered with terror.
I know you take us for savages,
Began Meve, her gaze passing over several scraggy black-clads.
but fear not. We shan't flay you alive nor eat you for dinner. And when a truce is signed, you'll be sent home, where I most sincerely hope you'll stay this time.
As the Queen mounted
She's
her
really
horse,
mellow.
she barely concealed a grimace.
Very.
Her thighs were sore and chafed, her hands raw from the reins. But she bit her lip and rode on, for the prize was now very near.
I think we're getting death flags on her.
No, she can't die now. She just got her throne back. No.
Was in Aldersburg when it fell. Broke my heart,
So,
that did.
so Professor also thought he was saying storm.
I thought it was too,
Yeah.
to be honest.
I was like, wait a minute.
Other kings could learn a thing or
Stone
two
would
from
make
you,
a
your
lot more
majesty.
sense.
Fight on! It was we who were to offer Lyria our aid. Things got turned right round. Was in Aldersburg.
Turn me
when it fell.
right round,
Broke
baby.
my heart,
right,
that did.
Nice.
Not complete.
That's too bad, Catherine. So she ordered takeout. She didn't cook, so there's not enough for
Ah,
all
It
of
was we
us.
who were to offer Lyria our aid.
Can you fix that
Things
bridge?
got turned
'Cause
right
a thing
round.
popped up there.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go look again. I didn't think
Maybe
it.
it's just a notification that it's. Why can't you?
Do I have to go around? Strange.
Weird.
I'll go back and just take a look, but I
There's
don't.
some.
Oh, there's a question mark. You're right. Huh? Will blow me down.
Your Majesty, a boat used by the Nilfgaardians to haul looted goods has crashed into the span of the bridge. We can attempt to fish out the valuables, but the current is dangerously strong. Our soldiers would be at risk.
It's worth it. Have them set to work. We must try and make an offer to the villagers. We paid them in exchange for fetching the goods.
Well, that seems nasty. We'll pay you to sacrifice yourselves for the
Well,
wood
they
down
know
there.
these waters, you know, so they'll be safe.
Okay.
It doesn't say anybody died.
Sure.
They get paid money. And what did that do? Oh, we
Please-
got some stuff.
Yeah.
Out of it.
Just don't make our new character her son if she dies.
Oh my gosh, please no.
We get to
No,
play
no,
as
no.
Willem.
Oh no.
How do we get to the... Do we have to come up from
I
below?
think we have to go, yeah, which
Huh.
is kind of strange, but okay. We'll have to try and remember.
Can we really walk all the way up the bank? That seems very strange.
Hello?
Milady! As you can see, the residents of Edirn are giving their every effort to rebuild their ruined homes, yet they lack the proper materials. They ask if you would be willing to trade lumber in exchange for items they have scavenged from nearby battlefields. What shall you tell them?
I got stuff, so sure. I don't need the
that's
morale, but
literally going to give us nothing. Just like, here's a bunch of money and wood.
you feel good about it, though. You sleep well that night,
Yeah.
knowing you did a good deed.
Yeah. Let's just play as Gascon if
The good
she
mothers
dies.
guided
Yeah.
you to
Yeah,
victory.
exactly. Oh, hi.
Nilfgaard angered the gods. Too much pride in them, not enough humility. The entire North owes
Sounds
you
like the same
thanks,
voice
my
actress for
lady.
the
And you,
for the healer in our
Isabel, yeah.
The
Isabel.
good mothers guided you to victory. Nilfgaard angered the gods.
Yeah, let's
Too
hope
much
she doesn't
pride
die. I
in
just
them.
don't like all this. You know, she's sore. She's wounded. She's tired. She's, you know,
Right.
like, New cemetery, one of many that have appeared. I suggest you just save it for now. I know you don't like having it on the map, but can you, or can you not now?
I'll try. Most of the dead have not been identified, their graves unnamed. Our soldiers have requested that we light candles in their honor. Are you willing to set aside a sum from our coffers for this purpose, Your Grace? The dead do not care for such things, for they are dead.
They don't?
Yeah, so now it just is gone.
Okay. That's too bad.
I've lost good karma.
Sorry.
That's okay. You're just wanting to save money and morale and things.
I'm just like, you know, we might as well hold the morale. Oh, that's back there. We might as well hold on to the morale for when we actually need it.
I guess I should
Meve
stop
was listening to a
interacting with
scout's
question
report
marks.
when screams suddenly burst from the prisoner transport. In a moment, Meve bore witness to a truly macabre sight. The Nilfgaardian captives to whom she had recently been merciful lay dead, massacred in cold blood among the camp's tents.
Ah.
Alright, who did it?
Blast it all.
Seethed the queen, looking at the bloodied corpses. Those responsible for the deed, peasants from the quarry at Ravencloft, Meve had welcomed into her ranks.
Wow.
The harm they'd endured from Nilfgaardians wielding whips. This was what had festered in their hearts and minds. The Rivians couldn't accept that their oppressors had gone unpunished. So they took matters into their own hands, in defiance of the queen.
There's fiends, not folk.
Cried the peasants, now armed and in uniform.
They was owed this, plain and simple.
It had been justice by a mob, and Meve knew it should not go unpunished. Yet at the last, ignoring her advisor's counsel, she left the former slaves' fate for their commanders to decide. For the queen had grown weary of choosing between two evils, each one darker than the other.
I feel you there. I was like, oh great, we have to make a choice again, but the game's like, you've done enough of that for a lifetime. Hey.
Phil's like, alright, own up. Which one of you committed this?
Long live Meve!
Exactly.
Long live the Queen! Long live a liberator!
The war nears its end and the Blackclads flee with tails between their legs. The time has come to raise our homeland from the ash and rubble. To those who yet live, take up hammer, saw, and axe. Roll your sleeves and set to work. The nation is building its home.
All's left is to drive the Blackclads from Aldersburg, and the war's won. Our Demoven's not bad, but he don't hold a candle to Meve. Long live Meve! Long live the Queen! Long live a liberator!
I recognize that voice actor from Witcher 3.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember who he voice acts.
Yeah. Whoa. Spin, spin.
That was really weird having to come all the way up here. Okay.
I think I got everything, yes? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to go down here and do another scout?
Like here?
There.
Okay. I do. Ba-ba-da-da-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I can't go any further.
Yeah, I think there's like a ridge. So just do a
A
scout
now?
right here.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Just...
Okay, sorry about that. I thought that would reveal more.
That's alright.
I'm not, apparently not, doing well this time.
Oh, it's alright. It's
With my assumptions.
It's a short map, so I'm surprised they actually give you. Whoa,
Meve
hello.
noticed
Never
one
mind.
of her scouts, a certain Corporal Larkin, halt his mount and train his gaze on the woods.
Your Grace, I thought I heard something. Could have sworn. A whisper, maybe, but... nothing now. It's all gone quiet. I think I might have imagined it, in fact.
Imagined.
Meve placed her hand on his shoulder.
No one has sharper senses than you. If you claim to have heard something, it's worth a closer look.
Did they say, Dwan at all in that whisper?
Corporal Larkin saluted, then rode past the trees. Suddenly in shadow, he keenly scanned his surroundings. Something caught his attention. He dismounted, then brushed aside ferns, exposing tracks made in the mud.
Your Majesty!
He shouted, quickly turning towards the road.
Sound the alarm! It's Scoia'tael!
An arrow whisked through the air, pierced his throat, and suddenly silenced him. Then the forest came alive with cries in the Elder tongue. Elves on the attack.
Oh boy.
I knew it was squirrels. We haven't fought squirrels in a long time.
Meve cursed under her breath. Did Scoia'tael hatred know no bounds? The war had already been lost. Nilfgaard, who had supported their cause against the northern kingdoms, had retreated beyond the Yaruga. By attacking the Queen's army, the elves must have known there stood nothing to gain. They stood nothing to gain.
Well, there was nothing to gain.
Alright. That is other than the heads of enemy Dwan.
Shortened battle again. Just one round.
The enemy Dwan!
Enemy Dwan. What do we got? Ding, doo-doo-doo. Okay, 2 things of fire. A whole bunch of slingers. Yeah. That should be fine.
It's a trap! 2 arms!
The 12!
Special prize.
Nice.
Just for you, love.
What was that?
Special prize just for you, love. I believe is what she said.
Speaking common.
Speaking common.
Nay, Dwan ve camest.
Watch your heads!
Warpath, is he around?
Catch!
May your sword and arm be one.
Elven Swordmaster. Those are pretty nasty.
In Elder Scrolls, there's no Elven Swordmasters. There's only Redguard Swordmasters.
Nice.
And I think all the Redguard, the real Redguard Swordmasters have all died.
Now we will see who is weak.
It's kind of a lost tradition that I can't remember his name now. But the main Redguard guy from,
drink with our forefathers.
Yeah.
He's like kind of trying to bring the Swordmaster stuff.
I shall not fail!
They don't really know because all the techniques and stuff died out.
Right.
They're doing their best.
Doing their best. Okay.
Oh my.
Ow. You hit your own guys. That's so rude.
Ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth?
That should be dead. Yep. No healing for thee.
A storm is coming. Let's enjoy the weather while we still can.
Well, actually, this will work out alright. Gonna get rid of you.
Have it the white of an eye from half a league away.
Bye.
Your tricks will not save you, Dwan.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
He boosted me!
That's your final move?
Your final move was to give me a potion.
Huh.
Thanks, squirrel.
Renner, stop! We surrender!
Wow.
Well, you're lucky I don't have Rayla in my company anymore, because you probably will die if she was here.
That's weird.
The Scoia'tael fighters stood no chance against Meve. When the sounds of battle finally ceased, the Queen, victorious, tossed aside her arrow-studded shield. She then ordered the commando's leader brought before her. She'd expected a ranter who would turn up his nose, spit in her face, and cry, "Death to all Dwan." But the bloodied elf before her was no arrogant firebrand. He averted his gaze, and his lips gently trembled.
Youthful you look, elf. How many summers to you? 30? More?
27, my lady.
Man, she wasn't far off.
27. A wonderful age. A shame to die so young.
Especially as an elf.
I beg you, Renna. For mercy, I ask. If not for me, then at the least for...
Mercy? You jest. You wait in ambush, come at us like bandits, and now you dare ask for mercy.
It was no ambush.
Don't play me for a fool. I know what I saw, and am no stranger to warcraft.
It's not you we wished to fight. Sverre.
Then who killed Corporal Larkin, Werebubs?
Werebubs.
When we saw you on the high road, we fell back and hid in the wood. We wanted you to pass. Your scout's hearing very keen. He heard something, then spotted our tracks. You must understand. We had no choice.
You might have surrendered.
You know you might have
Understand, but
surrendered.
cannot forgive.
Yeah.
Like Driston's commando. Is that what you mean? They laid down their arms before an Edirnian general, who ordered them hanged. One and all. If we're to die, we prefer to die bows and swords in hand.
Why are you here? Were you to rescue Epdahi?
Rescue someone? No, Renna. We flee. The Nilfgaardians have realized they'll lose the war and have renounced us. Without their support, we stand no chance. Demavend has loosed his hounds. They hunt our units one by one. He's offered 50 gold pieces for the head of each Scoia'tael. It's the same in Temeria and Kedwen, if not worse. We wish to join with Yorveth's unit, flee together as far as we could. It was our last hope.
Why do you tell me all this?
Because you listen still. You've not ordered me killed, so... you've clearly a heart. Eseth Aina Edu. I beg you. So few of us remain. All tired, all wounded. We pose no threat. Let us leave your realm. Let us flee.
Yeah. Phil says, how was the last move to give you a potion? Is that the equivalent of a bar fight and the other guy gives you a pint?
Can you imagine?
Something like that.
What do you want to... I mean, if they join Yorvith just fights.
He what?
Yorvith is, fights. He doesn't leave.
Yeah. Turning them over to Demavend is no good either. But I mean, we are in Edirn, so... But if we tell them, if we let them go, they're just gonna get butchered by our guys at the back. Both options are no good.
Should we flip? Should we leave it to the fate of the coin?
We'll make you a deal. You will be the spearhead to our army.
Ouch.
You'll have the chance to fight for your freedom. You'll likely die, but anyway, flip of a coin.
Oh, the flip of the coin.
Is there?
The flip of the coin.
At least it's just a 2 option, not a 3 option where we needed.
Heads he may go, tails we send them off to Demavend.
Okay, heads.
All right. Fate has been kind to you this day, Sir Elf.
Enough senseless killing for one day. So be it. You're free to leave.
I don't know how to thank you.
Make certain I don't ever regret this decision. 'Twould be thanks enough.
I thank you for your compassion towards me and all my folk.
Meve personally unfastened the prisoner's chains as her Lyrians looked on in silence. They did not approve, this was clear. Their displeasure was palpable.
I understand, boys. But your morale did not go down.
So...
Imagine having your life decided by the flip of a coin.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you that I'm secretly Two-Face? Hey, burn after reading achievement. Translated from the Elder Speech. Faingil, Nilfgaard has betrayed us. They've told the Nordlings our positions, exposed all our hideouts. The peace treaty will contain no guarantee of amnesty for those surrendering arms. You know what that means. We must flee the northern realms. Take your entire commando to the agreed-upon location as fast as you can. I will wait a week, then move east. Yorveth. Freaking Yorveth.
Mm-hmm.
Such a beautiful anime elf boy.
Mm-hmm. It is too bad he wasn't in 3.
It is too bad. I agree. Well, what's in here? Hi, guys. Oh, loot behind the caravan. Master Nilfgaardians, the time when you could demand, require, and expect has come to an end. My payment is non-negotiable. Not the amount, nor the currency. Your florins are now worth less than Sidarian coppers. I give you until tomorrow. After that, safe passage to the border will no longer be possible due to Queen Meve's approach from the south. X.
Who's X?
Mr. X. Okay. I'm not missing any loot, I hope. Nope. Okay. All areas reveal is just one last thing of loot.
Huh.
Unless an event happens.
Just one more loot. Oh, hello. Well, yeah, but an event.
You treat yourself to our new view for a better future through and through.
He's very proud of this song.
Yeah.
First foundations hoist the walls, then we'll revel in its halls. Everyone's doing their part to rebuild the homeland. Everyone's doing their part to rebuild the homeland.
Alright, you have fun, sir. Ah, there you are. I think that's the last loot. Whoa. That was an explosion. Alright! Onwards! To victory!
It'll be an honor to fight at your side, Majesty. Side by side, we'll kick those blackclads across the Yaruga.
Long live Eden! Long live Rivia! Long live Hyrule! Lyria!
Lyria!
Long live Eden!
Lyria!
Long live Rivia! Long live...
Alright, guys, here we go.
The Lyrian corps
Deja
neared
vu.
Aldersburg, and it could not have been on a more idyllic day. The sun shone, birds sang, trees rustled in a light breeze. But Meve saw it as she had at the war's start. Walls illumined by a fire's glow, the cries of fleeing civilians, the stench of burning flesh. As on that day, Aldersburg was under siege. Yet this time, Eden's flags fluttered in the field, while Nilfgaard's tattered sons crowned the fort's towers. The Queen found Demoven's tent without difficulty. Made of sheets of silk edged with silver thread, it positively shone.
Seems the realm's restored to a virtuous path,
muttered Meve.
Aha! There she is! Queen Meve, savior of the North, the Sun Slayer.
How's your bastard child?
Mockery I don't appreciate.
I wouldn't dare. Not my words, those. You've been painted thus in song. Master Dandelion himself wrote a ballad, The Battle for the Bridge.
Ooh.
If you take the bard at his word, you're as fierce with a blade as any witcher.
That's very cool. Thank you, Dandelion.
Is that jealousy I hear?
To be perfectly honest, Meve, it is. For I hadn't the pluck nor resolve. And when all the North tucked tail, went to shite, you alone stepped up and bared your fangs. Let it be a lesson for the future to us all.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Hey, Joshua.
Hello, Joshua. Salutations. How are you today?
And the professor has an excellent question. Out of the 7.61 thousand subscribers, how come not even 20 people show up to the weekly live streams?
Yeah, I'd agree with Catherine that it's more the games, not their thing. I mean, I'd imagine most people who are subscribed to me are subscribed because of the visual novel content, and this is very far from a visual novel. So I appreciate those of you who do come and hang out with the two of us. It's very nice of y'all.
Yeah, it's always, I mean, it's a problem for absolutely everybody. Everybody who does YouTube and streams and stuff, it's always a problem with. Usually what happens is somebody becomes well known for a particular game, and sometimes they can move on and sometimes they can't. Like, they're just kind of stuck. My channel is almost entirely stuck on Skyrim, and I've tried multiple times to break out of that mold, and with very, very mixed results. Some people will just, I mean, even people who are known as variety streamers.
Yeah,
like
certain games are just like...
Yeah, like they'll play one game and have 50,000 people watching and play another game and have 5,000 people watching, so...
Yeah, I mean, if I streamed visual novels, I'm sure there would be a lot more people here, but what I like about streaming is that maybe I can get to some other games that I enjoy playing, and if some people want to hang out with me while I do that, then all the better. So I do appreciate all of you that are able to come and join me here. Thank you, Food Daniel. I know you try to get here, but your internet doesn't always work.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, we really appreciate all you guys that have been hanging out with us for... It's been months that we've been working our way through this game.
This was a lot longer than I was expecting.
And like most of you have been here for the vast majority of our streams, so thank you very much.
You're all the real VIPs.
You called out the future. Tell me, how's your son?
Yes.
Baldwin. Oh, growing like a weed he is. And the spitting image of his old man.
You named him Baldwin?
That's unfortunate, since he's like only, a few weeks old, or a few months old.
Well, he wouldn't be bald.
He's already a spitting image of his dad.
Good news all, especially given the mother's profession.
Oof.
She's now Countess Demeretta of Gullet, a lady of the court.
So you married her off to a count so you could keep her close by. Bleh.
Oh, your lawful wife must be thrilled.
Your lawful wife must be thrilled. Dang, Meve is taking no prisoners in this conversation.
Woo. Hard to say in truth. I've not seen her in some time. Duty keeps me away, you understand.
Of course it does. Of course it does.
Oh, thanks, Joshua. I appreciate you popping in just to say hello at the very least, even if it's not your thing. And you're right, streaming does lend itself better to certain kinds of games.
That's very true. Especially games where you can like name things, because then people will often, streamers will often name them after viewers.
Yeah, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It makes it very involved.
Like when I played Darkest Dungeon and got like half my viewers killed.
Yes.
Sorry, dude.
And they're like, why? I thought we were friends. And thank you, Lucian. I'm glad you're here for the story. The story is really good. Like, that's also why PCOUTCAST is here. This is not his type of game at all, but he really likes the Witcher stories.
I'm absolutely here for the story and the lore and stuff. I suck at card games like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm here. I like card games because I'm a nerd like that.
Every time I mistakenly get myself into a card game that I thought wasn't a card game. Like, oh god damn it, it's a card game. Molly, can you help me with this?
Cards? Ooh,
cards!
I love cards!
You work hard, I'm certain. Many a night, too.
Dang.
Oh man, just
You might say so indeed. But enough about me. As we're chirping away like two gossips in the field, do tell me, what a villain.
He's here with me.
In chains, perhaps?
No. In coronet and robes. We came to an understanding. What's past is past.
Get wrecked.
Pokemon streamers do that too. I summon blue eyes.
I call you out to a duel.
A lesson for the future? What do you mean?
My dear, this war won't change a bloody thing, you know. Nilfgaard will be Nilfgaard, the North, the North. We'll sign a truce, the Blackclads will turn tail towards home. But the old borders don't satisfy a soul.
I'm perfectly satisfied with them, thank you. And I just wish other folk would respect them too.
You're one hell of a warrior, but you're no strategist at all. Your perspective, you've got to broaden it. Nilfgaard, we cannot allow it to regain strength and spirit, else we'll face another invasion within a decade or two. Measures are required. Preventive, preemptive, whatever the learned call it. Build an army, a vast one, wait in ambush, and when they least expect it, break their bloody spine.
Ow.
Just think if we were to join forces.
Enough. I don't wish to hear it. Won't even entertain the thought. I'll help you take Aldersburg, but then I'll go home, where, God's willing, I'll live to a ripe old age.
As you wish. We can mount the assault at any time, but...
But?
My scouts report a small Nilfgaardian force approaching from the south. They've stayed off the roads, moved only under the cover of night, escorting someone.
Okay.
Who?
I've no notion. Could be a mage. Devilishly unpredictable, that lot. Could wreak havoc in our ranks. Either way, before we rush at the walls, we must make certain they don't reach Aldersburg at all.
I shall see to it.
Are you sure? You've just arrived. Must be weary after the long journey.
An understatement if I ever heard one. But I wish all this to be over, quickly.
Meve set out after the Nilfgaardians immediately, a cavalry escort in tow. Her unmatched scouts, who had led the army through the mountains of Mahakam and Angren swamps, quickly found the enemy's trail.
This way, Your Grace. There's not far now.
That very same day, Meve's force caught up to the mysterious black-clad unit. Lyrian riders surrounded the foe, forcing the Nilfgaardians to halt. All fell so quiet, the creaking of taut Lyrian bowstrings could be discerned.
I love
common
this.
tongue.
Our whole
Which of you knows
chat
it?
is having a Pokemon battle.
It's actually a Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel. No one was into Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was growing up around here. Everyone had collected Pokemon cards, and my dad would not let me watch or collect Pokemon cards, so... I'm so uncultured. It's not my fault.
I do, Your Majesty.
Look at this guy. It's like his face is all squished. I do, Your Majesty.
You also know who you deal with, I see. What is your name?
Kaldvin, Your Majesty.
At last. A Nilfgaardian name I can pronounce.
Dang.
So, Kaldwin.
She's so sassy now.
It seems this war will reach its end in 2 days' time at the most. 'Twould be silly to die today, wouldn't you agree?
It would, milady.
Precisely. I've spilled enough blood. I've lost the appetite for more. So, provided you don't give me a good reason to kill you, you'll walk away with your lives. Now tell me. You carry something for General Ebdahi. What is it?
A letter.
Huh. Professor couldn't speak English at the time, so he didn't even know what they did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What's your native tongue, Professor Lucian? Out of curiosity.
Urgent to the point of insanity, it must be. Who wrote it? The dear Madam Ebdahi?
The dear Madam Ebdahi.
No, Your Majesty. The Emperor.
Oh, dang.
My. A letter from Emir himself. You must be an important person. A noble, or... Yet your uniform is simple, with no discernible distinctions. Who are you truly, Kaldwin? A spy?
A simple messenger, Your Majesty.
Don't lie. I know messengers, how they travel. Alone, armorless, atop a swift steed. You're escorted by cavalry of the heavy sort.
Actually, now that you mention it, Lucian, I do kind of remember you mentioning Romania, because we had a whole talk about Romania. That's right. I'm so sorry, I totally forgot.
For I often carry orders the recipients don't wish to perform, thus the escort.
I was just watching a video Whereas a guy was talking about living through like 1989 in Romania from 1989.
That was the discussion we had.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when he mentioned Romania, and you talked all about that.
Yeah, because didn't I talk about those friends of ours that are from Romania that escaped? I think so. So I think I only watched this video a couple of days ago. I thought he was talking.
Okay, maybe
about,
it is,
like,
and I'm just confusing the two.
He was talking about like the hyperinflation that happened over. He couldn't remember if it was like a 5-year or 7-year period where he's like at the beginning, like 10,000 lei would buy you 10,000 loaves of bread, and at the end it would buy you 1 loaf of bread.
Huh.
And he's just kind of talking a little bit about, because he's like, people often think about like that hyperinflation only happens in like countries with no running water and like they're really poor and with whatever, right? Or happened like a long time ago or something. But it's like, yeah, it wasn't that long ago, and Romania was a fully developed, wealthy country, and then everybody ended up super poor at the end of the inflation period. So it's just kind of, because there's been a lot of talk about inflation everywhere now, with all the government spending to try and help out with COVID and all that stuff. So he's just like, I wanted to give you some perspective on what it's like to live through hyperinflation and what you can expect to happen if it ends up happening to like the U.S. or whatever. Yeah, it was kind of an interesting discussion. He was saying like, he says if your uncle has been squirreling money away and he's quote unquote rich with a bunch of money in the bank, try not to treat him too badly, because that money in the bank's going to become worthless.
Oh boy.
He says the real rich, I mean like the super ultra rich, they don't have any of their money in just plain bank accounts and as cash, so don't worry, but they'll be fine. They'll probably make money in the process.
Right.
Sorry, anyway.
Yeah.
Obviously, we want the letter.
Give us the letter.
Give me the letter.
I've sworn to deliver it to General Ebdahi, or to die in the quest to do so.
Oh, very well. My translator shall read this letter, then return it to you. You shall break no vow, and who knows, you might even survive.
And if I refuse?
Guess.
Take a wild guess.
I accept your offer.
Meve's translator cracked the seal and read. And as he read, his eyes grew wide as saucers. Then he whispered in the Queen's ear.
Truly, and you're certain you're not mistaken. The wonders of this world.
What?
Coldwyn, consider this your lucky day. I allow you to complete your mission with one proviso.
And that is?
That when you hand him the letter, you will give the General my regards.
Okay.
As Caldwyn and escort set off towards Aldersburg, the Lyrian soldiers looked at their queen with disbelief. To leave a Nilfgaardian to fulfill a secretive task. Meve failed to stifle a rather mean laugh. They'll understand tomorrow, she thought.
What was in that letter?
Don't tell us anything, Meve.
General Ebdahi had prefaced Lyria's and Rivia's invasion with a series of arrogant demands. The Nilfgaardian had been impudent, as he had felt sure he'd achieve a quick and decisive victory. Yet several months on, he too received an ultimatum. One signed by Emperor Emir var Emreis.
Is it poison?
Probably.
The missive was concise
Take yourself out.
and left no room for interpretation. With General Ebdahi dead, the Nilfgaardian army descended into chaos.
Come on, computer, let's go.
The kings of the north, united, took advantage and struck at the foe. Their victory was complete. The Nordling forces cheered their commanders and monarchs, but for none so vehemently as the one queen among them. Many dream of achieving the impossible. Meve had done it. Through wit, determination, and boldness, she had thwarted the Nilfgaardian invasion. The Queen would rule for many more years, stern, yet ever just.
Ha! So a lass saved the North from the Blackclads.
That is one way to put it.
Well, I'll be damned. And a chap. She find herself one in the end?
Leave it be. Bloke's been spinning the tale all night. Story's
I
done.
need to
Time we got
know.
some shut-eye.
Yes, particularly as we've yet a long road before us.
Am I supposed to know who that is?
Phew. Throat must be parched as old leather after all that. Except, I'm itching to know what happened to the lot of them. Reynard,
You
Gascon...
know, Reynard died.
Very well.
Reynard died.
Whom shall we start with? Willem?
I think this is it, guys.
He worked hard to regain his mother's trust and respect. Took on many daring missions, regardless of the risks. The lad who Nilfgaard had wielded as a tool now sowed terror along its borders, and appeared a successor most worthy of Meve.
Nice.
Reynard was buried at Rivia Castle in the chapel.
F's in the chat for Reynard.
Laid alongside dukes
in
and
the chat
kings,
for Reynard.
droves of his soldiers bid him farewell. Fresh flowers appeared on his tomb each day. Thanks to whom, you might ask? I'd venture to say, you know.
Gascon.
Having settled in Rivia, Gascon embarked on a life worthy of his
Look
noble
at that
origins.
badass picture.
In doublet and ruff, he looked to his ample fields and livestock in daytime, attended banquets and feasts come the eve. And then one night, he grabbed his bow and quiver, saddled his favorite mount, and disappeared without a trace.
As he would.
Though Nilfgaard owed its defeat chiefly to Meve, in the Empire her name was uttered with utmost respect.
Really?
Returning soldiers spoke in awed tones of her courage and generosity, referring to her as Gwaedin, the tenacious one. With the advent of peace, tensions waned. Lyria's and Rivia's disparate races seemed to live harmoniously, side by side. The Queen pressed for new laws aimed at curbing oppression. They were a step towards more enlightened rule, yet sadly were habitually broken.
Tried.
And Meve? As I said, she ruled with an iron hand, not fist, and with her son's unwavering support. She could now trust him again. A great victory, greater even than Rivia's liberation. And now, if you'd allow me...
Course. Leave him be, lads. Let him get some rest. Till the time comes for the next tale.
Return of the Queen. And that's it! Wow.
Great story.
I didn't get smooched. I didn't get myself a lad because that darn rogue had to go up and rogue again. After everything I did for him. It's like,
Not
later.
even one smooch.
Oh well, I guess I'll just have to go, oh!
Yeah, yeah. Call to him in his native tongue.
I stay true to the dogs, right to the end. Well, what did you think about that?
Great.
Yeah.
Story was awesome. Card games, of course, are not my thing, but you did great. You know, I mean, other than that one battle,
Oh my goodness,
you
that
did everything.
Did
Some of
everything.
it was brutally difficult until you got the fire deck really rolling.
Yeah, thank you so much for looking into that and helping me with all the puzzles and everything.
Awesome.
Oh, that was great. My goodness, what a game.
Oh, thank you one and all for joining us for this adventure.
Yes. Thank you for hanging out and also for helping me with puzzles and stuff as well. Much, much appreciated. Ugh, I think I'm exhausted from that. I didn't even do much this time, but it was just like, the end of an era. That was incredibly well designed.
Very.
I was not expecting it to be so long, but like each map was just so all the sections felt completely different from each other. There's a great variety of different things to fight. All the puzzles were very well thought out.
Yeah, now I know. It's clear why there was like such a long time where CD Projekt Red was working on the campaign mode.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is it taking so long for them to
It's a card
It's a card game. Like, oh no, we're just gonna make an entire 60-hour RPG.
Yeah, like this wasn't that long after Witcher 3 came out either.
No.
I don't think it was like a year or something.
A year or two.
Then,
3.
Was it 3?
This came out in 2018 and Witcher in 2015.
Okay,
So.
all right.
But
still.
Gwent, the online Gwent came out in 2017.
Right.
And then while they were still improving online Gwent, they did this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whew.
Man.
Beautiful art.
Beautiful.
Fantastic voice acting. Solid story.
Yeah, very good music. Oh,
Great music.
Man, some of those boss battle musics were so good. Like I could just, listen to that forever.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, I'm trying to think of the only negative I had was that last battle was so broken.
Yeah, it was so much harder than anything that had come before it.
Yeah, like it was just a major ramp right at the end there.
It's like you're just cruising through, and then all of a sudden you hit a brick wall.
Oh, what? What is this? I think a lot of it came down to his leader ability. Like it was way too powerful. Every turn, he was able to like draw cards and see if he could boost his troops.
Right.
Because I can only do mine once every 4 turns, and his every turn. Sheesh.
Yeesh. But apparently with a different deck, that fight is also just a walk in the park. But you don't know that in advance.
No. I mean, at least they do let you reload to before it.
Yeah.
And then you can try a whole bunch of different decks, but...
You can't do that on the hardest difficulty, sadly.
That's true.
It's only on the easiest difficulty.
It's true.
Or not easy, but like anything below the hardest.
Anything below Thronebreaker. My goodness.
Well, that was great.
Yeah, that was really, really good. Even if we didn't get the smooch, it was still really, really good. Look at how many people worked on this. It's still going. There's a long-ass list of people who worked on this game. Kudos, everybody. I do wonder if there's any way to actually get together with Gascon, or if he's too much of a wild dog to actually settle down.
Yeah, it's like he's just cheeky. He doesn't indicate that he's actually interested in you.
Yeah.
Whereas Reynard is like madly in love with you the entire time.
Yeah, Gascon is like flirtatious, but not really interested.
Right.
I wonder if he backed off at all after learning that Reynard was actually in love with her. I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna help my bro out. And then I'm like, nah.
And it's double GGG time.
Hey, it's that time of the day again? What is today?
Saturday?
Saturday. I think that means that the end of Lupin's epilogue came out today, actually. Sorry, I'm like losing track of days. It's hard to remember what's going on. The end of Lupin's epilogue is really good. It's really, really good. In case you couldn't tell by the thumbnail, it's really, really good.
And tomorrow we have some more PC and GGG.
That's right. More Unwritten Tales. We finally found out what happened to Wilbur in that game. How he got accused of murdering the Archmage.
Yes.
Which was insane. And Letter tomorrow as well. I was shaking. There's a QTE in that one. I was shaking through it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, every time Molly plays the Letter, when she's done, she comes out and just like, I need a hug. And she's just like shivering like a leaf. Like, are you okay? No, I've seen things.
Oh, that woman. Oh,
those eyes. The noises that come from her.
Those eyes. Ay, ay, ay.
Yay. So you are taking a bit of a break from streaming.
That's right. Yeah, I should actually talk about that. Yes, I'm going to be taking a break.
Pretty much for
a month.
June, right?
Yeah, like I'm gonna take June off just because I need a couple of days. I know it's like weeks from the perspective of June, but it's like Saturday I can actually have a day to relax a little bit and recharge. Right now I don't really have that, and I'm hoping that by the time June's over I'll be refreshed enough to do it again. Thank you, Catherine, for the hug, by the way. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm going to take June off, and then the first Saturday in July, I will be back with more streaming, and we're going to start the Banner Saga. Thanks to Gascon for picking that out for me on that most auspicious stream.
You might be joining me for some more Biomutant
that's
streams,
true.
though, eh?
Yeah, I may be joining PCOUTCAST for some random streams here and there. So, but I will, I'll tweet about it and put it on the community page on YouTube, so you can watch those spaces if you want to see me live instead of just recorded. GGG. Oh, but yeah. I think that'll be good. Just have a little bit of a break, and I might. If I end up having like some time, I do have some Ganders I want to do that I haven't had the time to record. So maybe I can get that done too. But we'll see. I am supposed to be resting, but I keep giving myself more stuff to do. I'm like,
yeah,
now that I have time,
like,
I'm going to do this thing.
Wait a minute.
Oh man, Japanese voiceovers?
Japanese localization and voiceovers.
I would love to watch this with Japanese voice acting. It'd be so cool.
Take care of yourself and stay safe. You guys too.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I need to tell myself to do that more often. Taking care of myself.
Rest. You know.
Have you considered rest, perhaps? Sweet, sweet rest. Oh. I just want to make sure this goes through its entire credits. Because a lot of people worked on this. A lot of hard-working people.
Brazilian localization as well. Because they localized it into a bunch of other languages too.
Yeah, I'm amazed that they, it's like not just written, like not just the dialogue written out in different languages, but they actually got a whole bunch of different voice actors.
Yeah. Like there's the voice actors in Portuguese.
Yeah, and then here comes the Chinese ones, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. That's really, really cool that they went to so much work for that.
Yeah.
Look at that. So who do you think the narrator was? Because they like, you know, he flipped his hood back, and I'm like, am I supposed to know who you are?
I don't know.
I didn't really. He had 3 ravens on his tunic, but it was kind of like, haha, it was me, the narrator, all along. I'm like, yeah, and you are who? Am I supposed to know you? Oh, hey, my favorite music, the monsters. Monster battle music. Are you looking up who the narrator is?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's the Golden Dragon.
Oh, it's the Golden Dragon!
Yeah.
Huh?
Bork, aka Villain Tratenmirth. Or however you pronounce that.
Okay, so it was him.
Yeah.
Huh. So I wonder when he told the story.
It says the Golden Dragon is often seen in his human form, his clothes displaying his coat of arms, which is 3 jackdaws side by side.
Yeah, okay.
This is seen on his chest in a few instances.
Yeah, I did see it at the end.
Especially at the end of Thronebreaker, before the almost confirmation of a sequel.
Yeah, it did kind of sound like they wanted to do another one. I'd definitely be down to play more. I don't know if they would continue on with Meve, or if they would just tell another story in the Witcherverse.
Yeah. I mean, they're kind of hinting towards Willem, but...
I think Willem can die, though.
Oh.
So, unless they're just, like, not going to take your choices into account and be like, canonically, this is what would have happened.
Right.
Probably, I would imagine canonically, you would take Willem back. Reynard would still be alive, but Gascon would have been the one to sacrifice himself.
Oh. They also... I didn't really notice this, but they said that they mentioned Zerrikania a lot throughout Thronebreaker, trying to make us familiar with the term, which is interesting that the next game might be taking place in Zerrikania.
Okay. Could be interesting.
And if you look at the books that take place after this, Zerrikania plays significantly into them.
Okay.
So that could be a thing.
Interesting.
All
right. Yeah, I mean, if they ever made another kind of game like this, I'd definitely be down to play it again.
Yeah. Is Thronebreaker fully voice acted? Pretty much. Other than a few letters.
Yeah, that's it, basically. Everything else, even every little side peasant has got their own voice.
Yeah, that's true. And they all have at least 2 lines.
Yeah,
before it repeats.
That's right. That's true. No wonder this is so long. We gotta list off everything. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna be curious to see how long the credits actually were when this is done. I should have timed it.
15 minutes of credits.
Wow.
And we've been chitty-chatting for quite a while
we
here.
We have been chitty-chatting.
It's still going.
Oh, wow. I'm trying to remember the last time I played a game that had, like, super duper long credits. It would have been like a AAA thing, probably. Those are always, like, super long.
Yeah. 13 to 14 minutes so far.
Okay.
Thanks, Professor.
Thank you, Lucian. Always ready with the stats. Greatly appreciated.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say when you 2 hours of credits, yeah. When you're saying that the Romanian currency changed in 2005, that probably would have been at the end of that hyperinflation time then. So it started in 89, went through to 2005, and then they stopped the inflation and reset the currency. Made a new currency.
Interesting. Alright, taking bets on how long the credits are gonna be.
Yes.
I'll say 20.
20
putting my money on 20.
21 minutes.
21, oh. PCOUTCAST with a zesty 21 bid. It's probably made 20 minutes and 30 seconds, cause lol. At least there's some really great music to listen to during the credits.
That's true.
Get to hear some of the good tunes again. Alright, Lucian with 19. Okay, we got a 3-minute block already.
It's an eternity. It's an eternity of minutes.
Exactly, Phil. I don't want to skip the credits. I want to show my appreciation for everybody who worked on this game. Ooh, Catherine with 30 minutes. Wow. Maybe. We'll see. Oh, this is such a good tune. It's one of my favorites. You know, I would probably buy the soundtrack for this game. It's really, really. I would have it like as cleaning music. Except I would be dancing to some stuff. It's true, Lucian. I mean, maybe it'll just fill up our 2-hour block of stream.
Oh, can you imagine? Another 45 minutes of credits?
Okay, Food Danny with 24. We got a bid for 24. We'll see. Special thanks, Gwent. Gwent babies? What does that mean?
Is this, children that were born to people involved in the making of it during the making of it?
Yeah, look, and Gwent pets.
Gwent pets.
Mjolnir, Tesla, Maui, Kazakh, Demi, Teodor, Zephyr, and Zora.
I like how it's the pets that are the only ones you named. They actually read off.
Because... How dare I didn't care about the babies. I'm just like,
oh baby. Pets!
Pets!
Yes. I think that might actually be it.
Do I have to close out of it? No epilogue? You're just gonna... Oh! Is it starting over again? It's starting over again.
Starting over, okay.
Okay, alright.
We did it.
Woo! Congratulations!
Oh, there you
Victory
go.
is
44 and a
yours.
half hours.
Nilfgaardian Empire has been defeated and driven from the northern realms. So that's about 22 streams?
Yep. Wow, 22 weeks, and we skipped a couple.
And we skipped a couple things.
I can't believe it's been going on that long. Good grief.
Well, I think Lucian wins the bid for closest. Yep, good job, Lucian.
Well done, well done.
Clap for Lucian.
Wish we had something to give to you, but other than
all I can just give you applause.
Other than claps.
Alright, we won, we did 58 quests, won 36 battles, completed 36 puzzles, found all the chests, 437 crates found, 27 recruits conscripted? I feel like we did a lot more than that. And 24 shrines illuminated. Alright, is that just back to the main menu then? There it is! It's all gone. The continuation card is now gone forever.
Nice.
Alright. Well guys, thank you for hanging out with us during all the credits as well. And yeah, for all your support over the last 22 weeks. And I will look forward to seeing you guys live again, maybe on PCOUTCAST channel, but definitely in July we'll start up again. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day today. And thank you to PCOUTCAST as well for joining me for 22 weeks of streams. And now you're free.
Wow, I'm free?
Yeah.
You're finally gonna release me from this cage that I've been in?
Yeah, I'll finally undo your chains that have been keeping you to this desk for 22 weeks.
Aw, thanks. Do I get to eat too?
I'll feel good.
Alright, guys.
Alright, guys. Thanks a lot. And yeah, we'll see you later.
Have a great day.